Okay, guys, the EuroLeague season has finished. Fenerbahce are the champions of the EuroLeague. Šarūnas Jasikevičius has his title as a coach now as well. I'm super happy, Rytis. I'm not sure about you. What were your first thoughts just when the game finished? Because we saw a lot of tears, a lot of emotions there. The last couple of minutes were already clear
Yeah.
who is the winner going to be. So
I'm super tired, first of all. These past few days are really demanding, and I still have the NBA tonight, so it's hard for me. But in general, I'm pretty happy how it finished. I mean, I wanted obviously Monaco to win, but Fenerbahce are the deserved winners, champions. And my takeaway from this weekend, after seeing those two games, the semifinal against Panathinaikos and the final against Monaco, is that if those were series best of five, Fener would probably win those series as well because they were so well prepared for both games. The toughness was there, the hustle plays, everything, and they had players who can close the game. Devon Hall, Marko Guduric, the clear defensive game plan, the switching defense. I have a feeling that if they played Panathinaikos best of five and after that Monaco best of five, they would be champions anyways. So I somehow have this feeling that it's fair that they're the champions
yeah.
this season.
You don't usually feel that, actually. That's the EuroLeague champion is fair.
Real Madrid as an example 2 years ago in Kaunas. Zone defense, somehow surviving the game and winning. Nobody had the feeling that the best team won, and now I do have the feeling that actually the best team won this title. Some could say that Olympiacos maybe were the best team because they won the regular season, but they couldn't beat Monaco, and Monaco deserved to be in the final.
I agree with you. The best team definitely won. Fener was the best team of these last couple of months in the EuroLeague. When it mattered the most, it didn't matter that much in October, November. But they still pulled through, and today was another example of just what great coaching and what great talents can do when you combine those together. I thought Saras once again did an amazing job, preparing the game plan. It wasn't as easy as against Panathinaikos, right from the first possession. I think Devon Hall tries to post up Mike James, as Fener tried to do a lot of times against Kendrick Nunn. Kostas Lukas scored some easy baskets in the semifinal. Mike plays amazing defense in the first possession, and I'm like, okay, this is not going to be as easy. Nigel Hayes-Davis struggles early, misses a lot of shots. Like Jerron Blossom game plays some amazing defense. Alpha Diallo too. Everybody was fighting. Everybody was hustling. So many offensive rebounds by both teams. 15 for Monaco. Fenerbahce, I think, had 14.
The big difference is that one team couldn't convert those second chances and sometimes even third.
Exactly.
Chances, like you have 3 shots per possession and you're not making them, and Fener definitely took advantage of that.
Definitely, and just to finish on that one, is this first quarter was like going into the field of battle, and you're seeing what you're going to witness today. Really, really tough physical basketball. 2 best defensive teams in my eyes played today, and you could see that, and just basically. Until the fourth quarter, it was super tight. Monaco made their run first. Fener came back. Monaco then again made the run in the third quarter with Mike hitting some shots. But Wade Baldwin stepped up, and then that 11-0 run, I think, and at the start of the fourth quarter turned it all over. But to me, the defense, the hustle was key. The system that Saras built, put them in a good position to succeed in the first half and the third quarter. Maybe let's say first half. The system works, the plan works for the first half. Second half, it was all about hustle. Both teams played switch defense. Both teams were scrappy. Who wants the 50-50 balls more? Who gets the offensive rebounds, and just who makes more ISO shots?
I think Fener created cleaner opportunities in ISO. Guduric, Hall, because the shots that Monaco players took in ISO with the shot clock running down, those were really tough contested shots. Elie Okobo couldn't get any rhythm. He is the guy who usually lives from the mid-range, couldn't hit a shot today. So many difficult high-arcing shots he missed. He hit the rim. Mike James, the way he started the game, it looked like it's going to be another legendary performance. He hits a transition free. He scores a couple of buckets. He scores quick 8 early points, I think. In the first quarter, he scored 8 points. But then again, it was so hard for him. Everything was so hard for him. He gets the switch. He's facing Birch or Melly. They don't allow him to go to his right. He's forced to his left. Then the paint is crowded. It's packed. It's hard for him to go for a layup. He's looking for the pass. Not always there's somebody there. There was just this one occasion when Tariq, for some reason, decided to go somewhere else, leaving Matthew Strzel. And then you have that easy pass. But that's just one moment in the whole game. And all the shots he took were so difficult. And you could see how much everything demands from him, how much effort he needs to put to draw a foul.
Yeah.
It's like you play one possession and it requires the energy of 5 possessions at the same time. And I do understand how hard it was for him as a leader. Nobody actually really stepped up to take the game into their own hands. Like, as I said, they play ISO, but that's the way Monaco play when you have free ball handlers. And they were good during the season, but not against this super physical Fenerbahce defense. Okay, in the first half, Alpha Diallo again was amazing on both ends of the floor. He looked like Jimmy Butler. He played like Jimmy Butler. I'm not sure why and how Monaco lost the first half, because they were leading for most of the time. They had a 9-point lead. They had the last possession. Jaite was called for an offensive foul. Then it ends with Devon Hall hitting that N1. Yeah. And somehow Fenerbahce are up 2. I'm not saying that Monaco were much better in the first 2 quarters, but I had a feeling they should have some kind of a lead, like 2, 3, 5-point lead maybe going into the locker room, but instead they're down 2. And they have 8 offensive rebounds, 0 points from second chances. And I think this was also big because Mam Jaite had 4 offensive rebounds, but it led nowhere.
Yeah. I can try to explain like the first half, the second quarter basically, because Monaco seemed like they should be up like 7-8 at the half, and they weren't. And it was basically those offensive rebounds. A lot of offensive rebounds Fener had was at the rim, basically just put back tip-ins, so easy points. Monaco, on the other hand, couldn't convert offensive rebounds, and also there was this, I don't know, I noticed a little bit of great spacing by Fenerbahce, but also off the ball, Mike James got like 3 times a little bit, he was a little bit late on defensive rotations, and he's like really late on the closeout. And then we see that Devon Hall dunk. We see, I think, another 3-pointer. It was always Mike James, but just small details. Of course, you could say that Monaco could have an 8-point lead. It would have been easier for them, more chances in the second half. But I mean, Alpha Diallo was great, and what happened there in the second half was actually brutal to watch. I liked it because of how teams hustled, but it wasn't like beautiful basketball to see.
You were so focused because you know how much this game matters, but this is not the basketball you usually enjoy.
Yeah.
The same thing all over again, every possession after possession, switch, ISO.
Monaco tried passing into the post, and it was like, oh my God, that's a terrible idea.
Fenerbahce were really smart, not being in a bonus, using those team fouls. Yeah, it was hard for Monaco to find any solutions. And Spanoulis, after the game in a TV interview, said that maybe we should have moved the ball a little bit more against the switching defense.
I agree.
There was a possession where they overpassed and they didn't even take a shot. The shot clock ran out. They tried with Nick Kalitas to set the offense through him. There were some amazing passes from Nick, but those were, again, just 2 moments, 2 great passes. That gives you 4 points. What I didn't really like, and I know that in the end, Matthew Strzel had some important plays, but I didn't like his ball handling today, the way he tried to organize the offense when Mike James was more off ball. Devon Hall was trying to always keep him close and not let him get the ball, and the way Strzel was running offense, playing with Thais, a pick and roll decision making, and it wasn't great. in my opinion. But again, Strzel is on the court because of his defense, of his energy, and in the end, he had that and one play. The three-pointer where an unsportsmanlike foul was called on Baldwin, I don't think it was a fair call.
Nah.
It eliminated Baldwin from the game because he had a technical already. I don't think it's an unsportsmanlike. And Saras couldn't challenge. He didn't have challenges. Okay, you can have your own opinions. Maybe the refs would tell you why it's an unsportsmanlike. Yeah. I don't think it is. There's no intention to extend the leg towards Strzel. He's actually dragging his leg back
a little bit.
And Strzel is pushing his legs a little bit forward, and then he's landing on Baldwin. I'm fine with the foul call. I don't agree with the unsportsmanlike. But then this was like a crucial moment, in my opinion. And somehow I got flashbacks from the Olympic Games. When Kevin Durant hits the free, there's a foul call. Devin Booker hits the free. A 6-point play changes the game. And now I see Strzel going to shoot 3 free throws. So he hits just 2 out of 3, but it's still okay. And then Mike James took one tough shot over Kem Birch. They got the offensive rebound. And the second look was good. That was, I think, the most open look Mike James got throughout this whole game.
Like,
after the offensive rebound, when Strzel gave him the ball.
Definitely cleanest look in the second half Mike had.
So if that shot goes in, it's a 4-point game.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens then. But he misses. They got Fenerbahce not only get the rebound, but actually Alpha Diallo fouls Biberovic. It's the 5th foul on Alpha. Biberovic goes to shoot free throws. And it's kind of a window closing for Monaco.
Rytis, we are back with another, these cards made by Panini and provided to us by traceandchase.com. We have a code, a special code, if you want to buy these EuroLeague cards that actually include the current season. A lot of cards. We are going to be opening Gravity Box. I'm going to give you 10 cards, 10 options. 10 beautiful, really shiny cards, and you need to basically pick 5 players. And before we do that, BasketNews 5 is the code to use to get a 5% discount.
The last time I did this was
a
disaster. I really failed.
Yeah, you really failed, so I hope you do better this time, okay? And we are going to start with Skylar Mays from Fenerbahce this season. Man. The champions. Is he a champion?
He should be. Like the NBA players that played and left, they get the ring sometimes. Mays is a champion.
But are you picking him, though?
Should I say it loud?
Okay. We go to a yellow card, Nicolo Melli, Fenerbahce as well. Wow. Another EuroLeague champion,
right? Is this like Fener package only?
No,
I
see the third card already, and it's a no.
I love Melli. I'm happy that he's a champion. Those tears were beautiful to see him. Tears of happiness, tears of joy. But he's not making my team.
Yeah, so 2 champions down. I don't know if you are going to get anything better. Okay, Shabazz Napier from Bayern. As you can see, all 3 cards were of the current season players.
I probably should keep him because I might end up with a really, really bad roster otherwise. I don't think Shabazz Napier had a great season, but yeah, I love his game. I respect his game.
You're taking him. Okay.
So he's a good player.
This season, Mike James. Really beautiful, shiny card. I'm going to put it right here. It's an easy pick.
Okay, so I have my ball handlers.
Okay, next one is a legendary card, but it's Andrei Kirilenko from CSK Moscow.
Well, look.
Go ahead, Rytis.
Should I make a basketball decision or a moral decision? I'm making a moral decision.
Okay, next pack, and we have another legendary card, Luis Scola from 2006-2007 season.
Put him right
Watch
there.
This.
Put him right there.
Yeah. This is an
one of the
card.
GOATs of Argentina.
Isaac Bonga, current season, Belgrade Partizan, and you have 3
cards
more
left, right?
picks.
Okay, Bonga's out. I'm taking a risk. I'm happy with the 3 players I have now.
You have Tornike Shengelia.
Nice. He's going to play with Scola. I'm going to have 2 really physical experience bigs. And now I just need like somebody to fill the third position.
2 cards left, and you have Gabriel Deck this season, but this is a 1 card remaining. What's your choice?
Gabi Deck is a safe choice.
Yes,
He fits
or
my
no?
lineup. Argentinian connection. He's in.
Is this your final decision?
It is my final decision.
Are you sure?
I am sure. I mean, it's a safe pick. I have 2 great Argentinian players.
Are you really sure?
I mean, I don't know what you're holding up there, but you're...
I mean, I'm trying to give you a hint, but
Nah,
okay, you
man,
chose
it's not
this.
fair. I mean,
You chose this
I
because
made a decision.
a EuroLeague legend, a yellow Vasilis Spanoulis card was here, actually from 2020-21 season. So that's like the end of Spanoulis' career.
He
But
was in his decline. I mean, if I had the option, probably I would pick him over Shabazz, but it's a good... I did much better this time.
I don't know.
Look at this roster, man. Scola, Toko, Deck, Shabazz, MJ. It's a great lineup.
Better than last time, but Spanoulis, yeah. Anyway, Basket News 5, use our code at traceandchase.com. Nigel Hayes-Davis got the MVP of the Final Four.
He got some nice stats.
He got congrats to him on the title. I think he cares more about
all these guys probably
team title
don't care
than
that
this.
much about the MVP, but my honest opinion, the MVP of the Final Four is Devon Hall.
I wanted to go there as well, my
The
man.
MVP of the final is maybe Marko Guduric.
2 guys that hit 2 of the most important shots in the 4th quarter.
That was just like deja vu. Devon Hall crossover on Suliauskas.
Crossover
Remember?
and a step
It
back.
was the same spot.
Same spot,
The same
yeah.
spot.
Yep.
And this time against Tice. Devon Hall is the MVP because he proved he's a two-way player. A great defender who can also give you buckets. So in these 2 games, he averaged 15.5.
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Something like that.
And when you have in mind that he
13
was
today.
guarding Kendrick Nunn and Mike
And
James
Mike James.
most of the time.
And he was switching a lot too.
Yep. So you have to front the big guy or do something, put some extra effort. And he did that, and I think he is the MVP. But the MVP of the final could be Marko Guduric. He didn't have a good performance in the semi. Obviously, he's not going to be the MVP of the Final Four. It's always easy to give the award to the best player of the team in general, which Hayes-Davis definitely is. And also, he got those nice stats. I mean, he hit 13 free throws.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But
And I'm not saying he didn't play well. I mean, come on, it would be
No,
crazy
yeah,
to say
he played- look.
the effort and everything.
Nigel played amazing. Nigel played amazing in the final. Hit some big shots. It wasn't easy It wasn't easy, for
it
him.
wasn't.
Blossom Game played some great defense,
Super physical defense.
but
Like all the attempts to post him up led to difficult fadeaway shots.
yeah. So kudos to him as well. But I just thought Devon Hall playing that amazing defense and playing amazing offense, hitting both dagger shots basically. Okay, let's say dagger was by Eric and dagger was by Marko in these 2 matches. But like without those 2 threes by Devon Hall, with like 3 minutes remaining
You wouldn't
against
be in a
Pau,
position to close the game so early.
yeah, and 4 minutes I think left today against Monaco. Like you wouldn't be in a position. You would be in a nerve-wracking last-minute clutch battle.
Yep.
So I think he was basically the key to this Final Four win. He was scoring 8 points this season. He had 15.5 in the Final Four. He made 6 of 9 twos, 6 of 9 threes, 1 free throw, 4 assists, 2 turnovers in this Final Four. And I don't know how many great defensive possessions, but that's got to be around 100.
And at the same time, just so many, I would say, underrated performances. Cambridge, Nicolo Melli.
Nico
both
Melli.
playing the center position.
Those tears, man, in the end. I felt those.
It's great because he didn't win when he played for Jelko. He left. He tried himself in the NBA. He signed with Olimpia Milano, maybe hoping he could win with an Italian team because they were building a really strong roster. He couldn't win there. He signed with Fener again, and obviously he's close to retiring, probably maybe 2 years left or something. He's not the same Nico Melli he was in his peak, but he's still so valuable to this team, and now he's a EuroLeague champion. I think it's just something that maybe completes his whole basketball career. But again, him and Cambridge, the effort, the switches, people maybe don't even realize how much focus and concentration it requires for you to switch constantly on guys like James and Akobo. Your team is in the bonus, not get the 5th foul, not send them to the free throw line, just keep the distance. Don't let them drive to the strong hand. One is a lefty, the other is a right-handed ball hand. I mean, it's so hard. And yeah, both of them were amazing at this. I think both of them deserve a lot of credit. And just everybody else that stepped on the court. I mean, everybody gave something. Eric McCollum didn't have a good game scoring, but that M1 play, it was so huge. There's a pile of bodies there, and he's the one who gets the ball. Boom, he scores.
Somehow just picks the ball from the ground and just scores it and one, and those emotions. So many great stories in this Fenerbahce team. I mean, even Wade Baldwin had some incredible buckets in the third quarter.
I think his final performance was really solid. I mean, okay, he was missing some shots in the first half. The numbers were not great, but the decisions were much better than in the semifinal.
Yeah,
I think we saw what Wade Baldwin is actually capable of. It's a shame he was disqualified from the game, but then they found other solutions. They were fine, but he actually hit 2 3-pointers, an important mid-range shot. He got some confidence, scoring 4 points in a row in the third quarter. It was a good performance from him as well.
I think, to wrap up this reaction to the final, we mentioned all the stories here, the good stories on Fener. I don't know. I feel so happy for Saras, man. I feel so happy for him because of all the bad luck he had with Barcelona. He was there in the Final Four with Žalgiris, but he was never the favorite there with Barcelona. Last year with Fener, almost always losing in the semifinal. Everybody trashing him. Oh, he's too harsh. He's too aggressive. He's too much shouting too much. You can't win with this style in Europe. You need to be more like Ataman. And everybody just kind of ignored the fact that Ataman has the best players in Europe and the most talent on one team. And Saras don't exactly have that. And everybody was trashing on his type of coaching style.
Yeah.
And I thought he adjusted, definitely. When he joined Fener, it was a little bit different, Saras. Yeah, still demanding, super detail-oriented, super shouting a lot. But you can see that he has adjusted his play style a little bit. A lot more freeze, early freeze. He's allowing players more. Yeah, you have to listen to what he asks you for, and he might sub you after one mistake because, maybe that's what he's been repeating you for the last month. But finally, he's a champion because he also had just enough talent on his team, finally. Perimeter talent, I think. And I'm so happy for him because definitely one of the best coaches in Europe, if not the best at the moment. And now he has the coaching title to actually, hey, what do you want to say to me now?
Well, before he had the reputation of being the best to take your team to the Final Four, but he wasn't winning. It was just only his second final, actually. And now
out of 6 Final Fours.
Yep. Now he's a champion, so you cannot say anything to him. I remember that in the past, people were criticizing him not only for not winning the EuroLeague, but for how tough it was in the quarterfinals when they were the first seed. They played Zenit. When they were
against Bayern.
Against Bayern Munich. Bayern with so many injuries, somehow it's still a 5-game series. Okay, last season was different. It was the first time in his career when he joined the team as a newcomer during the season to replace the previous head coach. It was something else. The fact that he was in the Final Four with Fener was already a big achievement. And now this season, look, if you look at the whole season, they had to survive some difficult moments. Your season starts with Scotty Wilbekin tearing his ACL in the first game. What do you do now? You're basically losing your best perimeter player, or at least one of the best perimeter players you have. So they were looking for replacements, signing players. Then other players were getting injuries. Baldwin was out. Žalgiris was out. You didn't have ball handlers. You were trying to figure out the center position. You had Boban Marjanovic, then you let him go. You were looking to add somebody. You just couldn't sign a quality center. There was nobody on the market, so you went with what you have. And always finding solutions, always overcoming these obstacles, because if you look at the regular season, the stuff they were dealing with, you could easily end up being the 6th or 7th seed and facing much, much more difficult path to get to the Final Four. You're the 2nd seed, and Ashara said, since January, we actually started playing good basketball. And I think in spring, in March, in April, in May, the playoff series with Paris, this Final Four, they peaked at the right time.
Definitely. I agree with you. And I just remember the fact that June 28, 2024, Fenerbahce, there's a tweet by BasketNews on June 28, 2024, so 1 year ago. Fenerbahce is set to reinforce their squad with Wade Baldwin and Bonzi Carlson, and I retweeted that and said, next year is Saras and Fenerbahce year. Best roster he's ever had on the paper for a chance to finally win EuroLeague as a coach.
But you can't say they won because they signed Carlson and Baldwin.
But he definitely had the best roster.
He did have a good roster. He did have all the tools. Some could say Carlson was a disappointing signing, actually.
Yeah.
He played like 3 minutes in the final, but it's okay. It's not an issue. You play your part. You play your role. You win together. You all are champions, and nobody can now say this guy didn't deliver.
No. And Fenerbahce did it without, the center. That's throughout the season, for all year, we were waiting for that. I mean, probably Fener were even trying to look for another option. It just speaks volumes to me as well of how Saras manages to utilize the pieces that he had to like the biggest efficiency. So yeah, Fenerbahce are the champions.
Do you get many messages from Fener fans?
Not anymore. They won.
Because you were the one saying Paris in 4 or something.
But I explained my choice.
So I am not the one going at you, but I believe you're probably getting some heat.
They are celebrating
after our last video. When we analyzed the semifinals, I saw some comments.
Yeah? I didn't look. I don't care, guys.
Cool.
But
cool.
Yeah, if you're watching, EuroLeague season is over, but the off season is now, and a lot of rumors are all ready to discuss.
Teams are already making signings.
Yeah, Nikola Mirotic is going to Monaco. TJ Shorts are going to Pau. So
not official yet, but it seems that way.
We are not going to be, we are going to be talking here next to this table. So if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and share your opinions about the EuroLeague final.